maybe not the greatest play on the pick six. So you were checking out of that because you saw something. What went on from there?
Yeah, so we just got into a second play. We had BA as my first option on the left. Felt like wasn't there, so I came backside to Christian, and it's somewhat of a safe play that we had on, and it's really 1-2, and so I just tried getting the ball to Christian, being backed up. Felt like I was in the end zone and wanted to get the ball out. So, looking back at it now, obviously it was in a lot of coverage and stuff. Christian had a bunch of guys around him, so on my end, I didn't put him in the best position, and obviously our team in the best position. So I got to learn from it.
So what kind of goes through your mind there? I mean, your teammates always say you're the same guy. Are you the same guy in your head when something like that happens? The crowd's going crazy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're up by 3 scores, 3 touchdowns, and then we just give them one like that. So now it's a 2-score game. So now it's real, and game is back into play. It felt like in terms of them being back in the game. So for myself, it's like, all right, got to be smart with the ball, but at the same time, I still got to have that aggressive edge to myself, and not being afraid, to rip stuff in tight windows still and move the ball, get first downs, and score touchdowns. That's where I was at with my mindset moving forward. So obviously it sucked going through it. Got to learn from it, but in terms of who I am and playing this position, that can't change. And so that's what I had to keep telling myself.
The touchdown pass was not very long after. Kyle said it was not the throw he thought you were going to make. It was something underneath. You're determined to make that throw? Do you know that thing's going to be open when you're dropping back?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, all right, I messed up and, I got to prove to myself or to my team that I can make a big play to get us back in. It's nothing like that. We had actually ran the ball really well that drive. And so for myself, it was, all right, be smart with the ball, take what the defense gives me. So we sort of had like a rollout set-up play, and I just went through my progression. I felt the safety came down on the right side just enough for BA to get behind him, and I ripped it. But obviously, looking back on it, there's a guy underneath as a check down that was open too that would have been a big gain and for us to eat the clock up and stuff. But like I said, went through the progression, trusted in BA being there, and just let it rip.
Brock, on Christian's 8-yard touchdown run, it didn't look very promising. I think he was like at the 13-yard line in a bunch of traffic. I mean, what was your view of that, and are you shocked? You're probably not surprised that he did that, but still, how impressive was the fact he got in the end zone?
Yeah, I mean, Christian makes runs like that all the time. I don't know if people really realize it, just the open field and stuff. What looks like isn't much, he just keeps his motor rolling. Guys get behind him and push, or he'll just spin out of something and get a couple extra yards, and then on that play, it's like, all right, yeah, we're going to be down inside whatever the 10, and then he just kept going and fighting and driving, and it's like, yeah, that's Christian McCaffrey, man. He's a dog, and you just never know when he's going to keep going or get out of something. So for him to do that didn't really surprise me, but at the same time, I look up to that kind of stuff. He gives us a spark, man, and an energy to the offense when we need it most. So respect to him.
It's maybe too soon to ask, but what's going through your mind knowing that you're going back to Philadelphia next week?
Yeah, man, we just won on Thanksgiving. We're going to enjoy this one. We're going to, take the next couple of days to recover and clear our minds and whatnot. And when we get to the game plan, we'll get to it, next week. But I'm enjoying it right now. Obviously, it's going to be a big one on the road and stuff. We know that. Everyone knows that. But we're just taking one day at a time, and we're going to enjoy this one.
How much of the touchdown pass is just having the full faith that Ayuk is going to get to that spot?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of what we were talking about earlier this week, just him being where he needs to be. And obviously, I wish I could have, hit him more throughout the game and stuff. But when we needed it the most, him being there and, as a receiver, you never know, when that ball's coming your way. And BA did his job, and I got him the ball in the right spot, and he made the rest happen, getting into the end zone. But that's that trust, man. It's the faith in each other, what we do every single day at practice and stuff, and then it's showing on the field. So it feels good.
You
This
waited
was
4
your
months.
first Thanksgiving game. What was it like to have that iconic moment of eating the turkey on the field?
Yeah, it was sweet. I mean, just growing up, you're with your family and stuff, watching the NFL games go on. You see the post-game interviews and the turkey legs, and it's just like a good time, watching it with your family. So to be able to be out with my teammates after the game on a win on the road, eating some turkey legs and stuff like that, it was fun. It's going to be something we'll look back on and smile about and whatnot. So very thankful.
Ron, several of your teammates posted on social media, I don't know if you heard or saw, the announcement that you won the Player of the Week award this week. What does that kind of support mean to you? And did you hear about that or see that? Or number one, and then what does that mean to you?
Yeah, yeah, I saw it. You know, Kyle and some of the PR people told me, you know, that I had won it last week and stuff, so it was cool. And then my teammates, you know, having my back and, you know, going through a 3-game stretch like we did and losing, and then coming out and just playing football and winning again. So for them to have my back through all of it, man, it's real. You know, the love is real, and I appreciate every single one of those guys in the locker room, and I want to go to war with them every day. And so to see them, you know, just sort of show some love like that after a game was awesome. So love these guys.
After the touchdown, you waited for Brandon on the sideline. It looked like you had a pretty intense moment there. What was that about?
Man, I mean, we had talked, you know, throughout the year and stuff, you know, like after practices and stuff. It's like, man, you know, we have an opportunity to do something real special here, you know, like him and I, Debo, Christian, George. But I always talk to, like, B.A., like, man, like, time's coming, man. I know you're hungry for it. We could all tell because, you know, he goes balls to the wall, you know, like at practice and meetings. He does everything right. And so, you know, for me to, you know, tell him, you know, week after week, like, it's coming. And then finally we're seeing it. It feels good to just to know that, man, the work that we put in, the trust, the talks, you know, we're seeing it now. Obviously, we have a long ways to go and stuff, and it's going to be game by game, day by day. But I'm really happy for him. He's a really good receiver, and I think he deserves more credit around the league and stuff. But that time will come.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.